Hi guys, and thanks for tuning in to another Trudie Clays video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made Sneaky Wedge. And this is the actual Shopkin here. So I tried to get the colors as close as possible, but the one that I made is a little bit darker. But I did end up buying some paint. So I got some orange and a turquoise color, and then a fuchsia fun color. Excuse me. So these are the colors that I found that kind of make it more similar to the colors of the actual Shopkin. So for this one, what you'll need is some white clay, and I just rolled out a few pieces of orange and green. I couldn't match the actual green color with the clay that I had, so that's why I bought the green here, and I'll just paint over it once it's baked. And then the purple for around the bottom of the boot, and also for the laces in there as well. So again, you don't need a whole lot of clay. Rolled out some white for the laces, and then just a little tiny ball of pink for the tongue at the bottom there. So I'm just going to go ahead and make it, and I hope you guys enjoy it and can follow along. So I've just gone ahead and shaped the boot a little bit. I just took a little tool and made the tongue part just out of the clay there. And then there's also a little bit of some detail in the boot itself. And I'll just go in with this little tool, and then for the little dots, just around there. So it's kind of hard to pick up the detail because my light is pretty bright, but you kind of get the idea of detailing it. I apologize for any background noise. There's construction going on across the road here, so you may hear some trucks and some hammering. So I'm going to roll this white piece of clay out a bit thinner and make the laces here. Oop. Now you can kind of just do this in pieces. And that's not going to work very well. So just kind of made two little loops like that, and then I'll take a little tool and just kind of pinch it in the middle to make the knot. And just kind of fiddle with that, and then cut the end pieces off. Just set that aside for the moment. And I mean, it doesn't look all that great right now, but I'll go in once I've attached it to the boot itself. I can just kind of fiddle with it. Okay, So I'm going to roll out the purple a bit smaller as well, because I want to make sure that it goes around the entire boot. And I'm going to cut it off about there. And just go around the bottom part. And as I'm putting it on, I'm just going to pinch it down a bit. And then cut it off at the back. And then just pinch it so it gets attached to the clay. And I'm not going to worry about it. You'll see it's kind of uneven around here, but we can just use one of our tools to go in and flatten it and straighten it up a bit. So just take a sort of a flat tool and push it down just so we can straighten it. And I'll be painting over the purple with the fuchsia color, like a fuchsia pink. There, so we have the bottom of the boot. And then there's also some two little stripes here. So we'll just take our purple again and cut a few little pieces off. And I'm just going to lay those right across. And then right there. And then again, I'll just take my tool and then go in and flatten it down a bit. And we want a bit of a tongue here on the boot, so just make sure you leave a little gap there. And then I'll go in with some orange. And I'm going to cut just a little tiny piece off because there's a little square on the tongue itself. So just going to square up the shape here and then just pop that on there. And then again, square it up a bit. And I'll just maybe make the back part of the boot a little bit taller. So I'm just going to kind of pinch it and pull it at the same time, just so we can get the detail of the green on there and also the orange. So I'm going to roll out this a bit thinner. Make these thin, and then there's the two stripes here. Stretch that along there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put all of the detail on, and then I'll go in afterwards with my little tool and just flatten it down and straighten it up a bit. So Okay, so I ended up redoing the laces. I just made the little loops and then attached 2 little pieces for the laces hanging down, just because it got smushed and it looked a little funny. So, so that's basically what you'll end up with. So I'm going to go ahead and bake this guy for about a half hour at 275 degrees Fahrenheit. And then once it's dry, I will just paint it up a little bit and make the colors a bit more, look a little bit more like the actual Shopkin. Okay, so this is the finished Sneaky Wedge. And I noticed before I put it into the oven, I had forgotten the little pink tongue. So it's not a big deal if you forget it. You can always just paint it in with pink. But for the most part, I'm happy with the way that it turned out. It's a little bit longer than the actual boot itself, but you know, they're not going to be exactly like it. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty cute. So I'm going to actually, you can see the paint is close to being dry, so I'm going to go ahead and glaze that, and then it's finished. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I've been feeling a little sick lately, so I haven't posted a tutorial in a little while, but I do have one coming up for Banana Splitty, and then I do have a few that I'm going to be making as well. So there's Lenny Lime and Cookie, and then there's also one more, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. But so those are ones anyways that I'm going to be making, and hopefully have the tutorials up soon. So I think thanks guys for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.